First reading. A reading from the third letter of John, chapter 5, verse 8. Beloved, you do faithfully whatever you do for the friends, even though they are strangers to you. They have testified to your love before the church. You will do well to send them on in a manner worthy of God, for they began their journey for the sake of Christ, accepting no support from non-believers. Therefore, we ought to support such people, so that we may become co-workers with the truth. The word of the Lord.
Prayer is the mode through which we connect to God. So therefore, fixing times for prayer on any given day is very important. So therefore, the word of the Lord reminds us today how we need to pray. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Luke. Then Jesus told them a parable about their need to pray always and not to lose heart. He said, in a certain city there was a judge who neither feared God nor had respect for people. In that city there was a widow who kept coming to him and saying, "Grant me justice against my opponent." For a while he refused. But later he said to himself, "Though I have no fear of God and no respect for anyone, yet because of this widow keeps bothering me, I will grant her justice, so that she may not wear me out by continually coming." And the Lord said, "Listen to what the unjust judge says. And will not God grant justice to His chosen ones who cry to Him day and night? Will He delay long in helping them? I tell you, He will quickly grant justice to them. And yet, when the Son of Man comes, will He find faith on earth?" The Gospel of the Lord. Do you pray? And if you answer me yes, let me pose my next two questions to you as well. How do you pray and when do you pray? You might wonder, why is he asking so many questions today at the beginning of the reflection? The reason is that when you answer these questions, you will truly find who God is in your life, or how important God to you in your day-to-day living. And today, Jesus tells us that we need to pray. And He also tells us how we need to pray through that parable of the unjust judge. But let me ask you first, when do you pray? Do you find time in your busy schedule, a set apart time for God to talk to you? Or rather, do you haphazardly find time whenever you have free time? Do you do that, or do you honestly set aside a quality time so that you can spend in prayer and discern the will of the Father, and also offer your life and offer the rest of the family members and the rest of the friends you have in your life to God, so that God could really tell you what He thinks of you? And this is very crucial for us. But more than that, we need to give God the priority in our life. When God becomes the center of our life, when God becomes the most important person in our life, we will never hesitate to find time. We will give Him the best time of the day, so that the Lord will be the most important person. So that we have a great desire every morning to go and sit before Him and to listen to Him and to tell Him the plans we have for the day. And also the next thing that Jesus tells us today is that sometimes we become very, very impatient with prayer. We live in an instant world. We have instant noodles, we have instant coffee, we have instant rice, we have instant soup. So therefore, we tend to think about prayer as something instant as well. When I pray, next hour I need to have the answer. If I have asked anything from the Lord needs to give me that right away. Let's not be impatient. Prayer is a journey that we begin with God. It's a rapport we build with God, the Heavenly Father, over a very good period of time. And we need to be very patient in prayer. Just like St. Monica, who prayed for so many long years for the conversion of her son. And God, in His good time, granted that beautiful blessing to her and to St. Augustine. So with heart filled with joy, let us remember that we need to pray and we need to persevere in our prayer and we need to be patient in our prayer. Sri Wachanayano